Spacey Sims, and we are back with more sweet views, and we are in Chapter 7, or Stage 7, or whatnot, of Shirabe's route. So we should be getting our good ending in this part. So yeah, anyway. Where am I? I looked around. My mind's still fuzzy. Animal Family Band Jamboree Picnic. Bedknobs and broomsticks. Shoes and ladders. That's right. We got knocked out. My best guess was that we'd been hit with some sort of sleeping gas. We appeared to be in some kind of dressing room. On the walls were several costumes, and there were a number of fitting rooms with large mirrors. As soon as I tried to move, though, I realized that my hands and feet were bound. You awake? Yeah. I twisted my head toward the voice and saw Ayumu tied up next to me. Can't believe I fell for that. Well, it kind of came out of nowhere. He caught us by surprise. We hadn't expected him to give up so quickly. Of course, he hadn't actually given up. I wonder where we are. Who knows? One of the attractions, probably. Oink, oink, oink! Are we awake? Hochstein's voice filled the room. You bastard! That was a pretty dirty trick. What are you gonna do with us?
The two of you will be special hostages for the final game! Today's game!
What? It's already the 7th day? I mean, yeah, yesterday was the 6th day, so...
My old hostages were getting boring, so I thought you guys would help spice things up! You'll only have to wait a bit longer for your appearance!
Oink. Then he was gone. So we're the reward? Sounds like it. If we don't do something, we're just gonna make things harder for the others. Yeah, we need to get out of here. Somehow. If I could just loosen these ropes a little. They're so tight. We struggled for a few minutes in an attempt to loosen them, but it was no good. Minutes ticked by, and we were no closer to escaping. What do we do? If we can't escape, we're just going to get dragged off to be hostages. Wait, that's it. What's it? Can you reach my butt? I'm sorry, that was great. And then well, yes, I think I can, but is this really the time for that? That is the best. It's supposed to be. It's a stretch, but why? The gun? Thank God. The pistol I got from Sheeta was in my back pocket. I want you to grab it. Right. I could see the bulge of the gun. Apparently they hadn't searched us very well after they knocked us out. Okay, here we go. I twisted my body toward him and stretched my hand out until I could feel the hard metal of the gun. Just don't shoot him in the ass. Just a little further. There! My fingers finally wrapped around the tip of the gun. Got it. Good work. Now hand it to me. Okay? I twisted my arm around and handed the pistol to him. All right, now, get behind me. I scooted up next to him on the floor. He pointed the gun at one of the large mirrors and pulled the trigger. Are you okay? Yeah, just surprised. The mirror shattered and pieces scattered out across the floor. This should do the trick. Are our hands bound in front of us? Because that would explain why he can't get to his own butt. And how he can aim a pistol at a mirror. Yeah, okay. Our hands are tied in front of us. Okay. But then all I have to do is reach down and try to untie the rope on my feet with the hands that are in front of me. This just seems like a really long, convoluted way of untying ropes at our feet. Not that that's going to help, but turn around. Here, let me untie the ropes on your hand, and then you untie the ropes on me. See, it's just... That's why you tie people's hands behind their back, because then it's harder to figure out what the fuck you're doing, but if you're good enough, you could figure that out as well. I'm just saying. Unless you're really shitty at knots, but... I mean... Again, I would have just tried that as opposed to grab the gun, hand it to me, and then I shoot the mirror, and then we get the glass, and then we saw through the ropes as opposed to just trying to untie them? Maybe the knots are just really, really, really intense. I don't know. This should do the trick. After a little bit of trouble, he managed to pick up one of the fragments. Oh my god, my eye itches. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, like really itches. And I don't want to itch it with my fingers. Because my fingers are salty and I got salt in my eye. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. No, hold out your arms toward me. He pressed the shard of mirror against the ropes and started to saw it back and forth. There. I felt the pressure of the rope disappear from my wrists. Now do me. Oh, hold on a sec. I carefully took the piece of mirror out of his hand and cut through the rope around Ayumu's wrists. Once that was done, cutting off the rope around her ankles was easy. Or untying it. Alright, let's get out of here. He tried to climb to his feet, but grunted in pain when he put weight on his ankle. Just hold on to me. Right, thanks. With one hand on my shoulder, he managed to stand up. Double jazz hands! These are not jazz hands. Jazz hands would be helping us, so... But just as we were about to leave, 2 piglets rushed into the room. You're just pretending to be jazz hands! It's 2 of you, and jazz hands is not duplicated. Guess they heard the gunshot. They started to move towards us, but Ayumu held up the pistol almost casually. Yeah! I like the cocky attitude, but also don't hold a pistol like that. I would move if I were you. I don't want to shoot you, but I'm still feeling a little shaky. If I accidentally pulled the trigger... Okay, I'm gonna give him points for that cockiness. He grinned as the piglets slowly raised their hands into the air. Whoa, this is like a scene from an action movie, especially with the holding the pistol sideways. That's just gonna break your fucking wrist. There was something so manly about him. I mean, he is like 30. He looked at me with a wink and a sideways smile, and I felt my face warm, and now he's showing off for us, good lord. Ah, jeez, he's so cool. Just... Okay. I can't sigh hard enough. No, that didn't work either. There is not a good sigh in me for the amount that I want to sigh right now. Let's blow this popsicle stand. I just stared at Ayumu for a long moment until I realized that he was actually talking to me. Oh, right. Oh, I'm just swooning with how manly and cool you are. Fuck. After heading down a dark hallway, we found ourselves in a room that looked like a recording studio. More of them. There were more piglets waiting for us. 3 this time. That looked 2. That one's like, dude, I'm not part of them. Don't move. As soon as they started towards us, Ayumu lifted the gun. Go on, give me a reason. They threw their hands up and froze. He gestured with the gun for them to move out of the way, and they complied. I think we're gonna make it. We stepped out of the attraction and into the sunlight. I pulled out my phone to check the time. Already 1:30 noon. Phew. I'm real glad none of those guys actually tried to jump us. If they'd called my bluff. Wait, you mean you wouldn't have actually shot them? He nodded and gave me a crooked smile. I mean, they're innocent people. Oh, of course not. I don't even really know how to fire this thing. I'd be as likely to kill them as I would or scare them. As wound or scare them, wow. And I don't think I'm ready to be a killer quite yet. Oh, I get it. Yeah, of course, if you were ever in any real danger, that might, change. He looked over at me and his mouth tightened. There was no question that he was serious. Ayumu... Uh-oh.
Urgent! Urgent! Emergency! Hostages on the loose! Location and capture is top priority!
Oink. Damn it. We heard a sudden low noise of movement from all over the park as all of the piglets began searching for us. To search for us. Over there. We need to hide. We ducked behind some shrubs and crouched down. Now, what should we do? What should we do? Go confront Hogstein, of course. I would have said go find the others, but we have to go confront Hogstein. Although, this is probably the right choice. I mean, it is the right choice according to the guide, but probably a better choice than find the others. But he nodded. Go find the others, and then confront Hogstein as a group. Agreed. We aren't hostages anymore, so we can't use us as leverage. Besides, they told us to figure out the truth. Can't go back on that now. Yeah, I want to know what's going on with all this, too. Alright, and that's that. Let's go. No mercy this time. Ayumu hefted the pistol. Just as we went to leave, several piglets appeared in front of the attraction. Again, trying to fool me into thinking your jazz hands isn't cool. There were at least 6 of them. There's enough of them that I couldn't hold them all off, and they'd know it. Let's stick to the shadows. Like, we're gonna be at Castle Hogstein, aren't we? Like, his little chibi is kind of cute, too. They're all cute. I like all the little chibis. We cut across, keeping out of sight, and eventually reached Alice Cart Grand Prix. There are piglets here, too. Of course. I think we can make it into that building over there. Yeah. We held our breath as we waited for the piglets to pass. Just go away already! As I watched the piglets amble slowly by, I heard Ayumu speak up. Man, sure has been a busy week, hasn't it? Yeah. Right, he's a nervous talker. We all got thrown into these insane games with a bunch of people we'd never have met otherwise. I won't lie, at first I thought some of these guys were a little out there, but now I'm pretty sure I'd take a bullet for each and every one of them. They are still a little out there, doesn't change that, but I've done a lot of nutty things in my life, and I think this probably takes the cake. I nodded. Me too. I mean, I know I'm not even 20 yet, but I've never been through anything even close to this. Okay. Is she trying? I'm not even 20 yet. You're not even 19. So yeah, unless she's trying to say she is 19 or almost 19, then that's like 19 and still in high school? Jesus. I mean, maybe their schools go later in Japan. I don't know. But that's not normal. I graduated high school when I was 17. I was born at the end of the year, so most people would have been 17 or 18. Like 17, about to turn 18 in the summer type of a thing, or just turned 18 when they graduated high school. So 18 in high school is like, did you fail? Or, I mean, it's just, I guess you could have been born early in the year, and they were like, nope, because like, they wanted to hold me back when I moved from one state to another. They were like, no, you're not old enough to go. And mom's like, fuck that, she's already been through kindergarten. So otherwise I would have graduated a year later. And I would have been one of those people that then was turned 18 the beginning of the school year. So like technically I started college when I was 17. Like, so I think the biggest surprise was you though. Me? Yeah. If you told me I'd met someone I cared about this much while trapped in an amusement park playing potentially deadly games, I'd have called you crazy. I'm still calling you crazy for falling in love with someone in like this 3 days, but okay. 6, whatever. You've got a point. Sure, it's been dangerous, but I wouldn't trade this for anything. Oh, hey. Oh, they're gone. Let's go. It's time to uncover the truth and finish this game. Right. We had to have that touching moment. My throat itches so bad. We nodded to each other and headed off for Castle Hogstein. We rounded a corner and found ourselves at the plaza in front of the castle. Finally. Took us a little while, though. Looks like he's got them patrolling here, too. A number of piglets milled around in the plaza again, trying to pretend they're jazz hands. Throw me off, but I know. Yeah, but they're only in the plaza. See? That area closer to the castle is clear. It makes sense, I suppose. Probably figured once we escape, coming back to the castle would be the last thing on our minds. True. Good news for us. Let's go. Are we gonna find out who he is? Are we gonna find out that he's our secret love interest? Or are we gonna, like, find that out in that route? I'm just kind of curious. So anyway. Slowly, we moved in closer, always sticking to the shadows. Like, we found out more in this one, like, we're all related to the bus crash, but we don't know exactly what Hogstein's relation to the bus crash is, so. I think that button was somewhere around here. And this is it, then. The real final battle. Here goes! We'll see. We only got one more choice left in this chapter. Once again, we stepped through the door and into the castle. In the middle of the main hall was a huge cube with a blue cloth draped over it. That wasn't here yesterday. What's that? The hostages? Oh, we saw it on the first day, remember? It's the cage with all the hostages in it. Just at that moment, Hogstein appeared from behind the cage.
Oh-ho! Well, you're a strange pair, coming back to the site of your defeat as soon as you escape.
Oink, oink, oink. What are you gonna do with them?
Well, since you two jokers escaped, I have to get my hostages somewhere else. It's not as fun as I'd hoped, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. The moment your friends fail, everyone in this cage goes bye-bye.
What?
Enough about me, though. Why did you come back?
He looked genuinely confused. Ayumu fixed him with a hard stare. I wanted to talk to you one last time.
Me? Well, unfortunately, there's nothing I want to talk to you about.
Maybe I didn't ask politely enough. As he spoke, Ayumu pulled the pistol out of his pocket and pointed it toward Hogstein.
Oh! Well, when you put it that way, please walk this way.
Alone? Be careful! I know. We'll keep an eye on him. It's a bad ending, he's gonna die. Plus, I still got this bad boy. I'll be fine. You wait here. Okay. He walked slowly toward Hogstein, his left foot still dragging. Finally, he stood in front of the pig, his hand wrapped tightly around the pistol. I hope he'll be okay. All right, Hogstein,
Ah! Watch out!
He pointed toward me and shouted, What? Spacey! Ayumu spun around reflexively, but by the time he realized his mistake, it was too late. Like, you're gonna I mean, Jesus. That's like some Scooby-Doo shit right here.
Oink, oink, oink! Oldest trick in the book!
Gah! Hogstein laughed and slammed his foot into Ayumu's bad ankle. Hogstein's not really stupid. I mean, he's pretty smart. He screamed in pain and collapsed, the pistol flying out of his grip and skittering across the floor. Ayumu!
Too bad! Not so tough without your gun,
Oink, oink. Bastard! He used me as a distraction? That's low! The pistol finally stopped, coming to rest near my feet. Wait. We're not out of the fight yet. I reached down and picked up the gun. It felt oddly heavy in my hand. Hogstein! He turned toward me and grinned.
Are you telling me you actually know how to fire that thing?
No, don't. A sickening sort of power radiated out of the cool metal. I could kill someone with a single finger. My hands began to shake. What was it he said? Wait, you mean you wouldn't have actually shot them? He nodded and gave me a crooked smile. Of course not. I don't even really know how to fire this thing. I'd be as likely to kill them as wound or scare them. And I don't think I'm ready to be a killer quite yet. Oh, I get it. Of course, if you were ever in any real danger, that might, change. Well, I feel the same way. I steadied my hand and pointed the gun at Hogstein. No! The moment before Ayumu yelled, I pulled the trigger. Girl! The bullet grazed Hogstein's arm and buried itself in the throat at the top of the stairs. Yeah! I want you to listen to what Ayumu has to say. I didn't let the barrel drop.
All right. Go on then. Let's hear it.
You can do it. Ayumu climbed slowly to his feet, then turned to face Hogstein. When we get out of here, I'm writing a story about all this. Everyone's gonna know what Urabe's old man did. Sure, that crash is 12 years old. The truth has a long shelf life. I'll write about Mirashi and Miyoshi, and even Wakasa. Everybody was connected to that mess. The world needs to know what they went through. Yes, Hogstein, even you.
Do you really expect me to believe that?
He sounded sad, or maybe disappointed.
Ayumu Shirabe, we both know you're here because you're desperate to find more grist for the mill. I wonder, how will you twist the truth this time?
Wait, he sounds different. I know it's supposed to have his normal voice, but like, we don't really know what his normal voice is going to sound like, and I want Hogstein to be Hogstein while we can be Hogstein. I'm sorry, I want Hogstein to be Monopig while we can be Monopig. Anyway.
They were clamoring at the newsstands for your filth last time. I'll bet you can't wait to line your pockets. You're a hack. All you know how to write is sensationalist trash. Now you want sympathy? What a hypocrite.
What? Come on now. That seems a little harsh. He doesn't know the truth, though, so I mean, I understand why he's pissed. You know what I'm saying? He's just yelling at him. If Hogstein thinks everything Ayumu writes is junk, he's not going to listen to anyone who says otherwise. What's wrong with you? Sorry. You've already decided what the truth is, and you won't let facts stand in your way. You're the hypocrite here. Yeah, that article was terrible, but it wasn't his fault.
What the hell do you know about it?
I'm not done talking. Be quiet. He really tried to do the right thing. Ayumu didn't want the story of the crash to just disappear, so he did his best to paint a picture of what it had done to the victims so everyone would know. But his boss didn't want that. What? He told Ayumu to exaggerate, throw in some wild, exciting theories, anything to get people riled up, but Ayumu refused. So his boss took the article, rewrote it, and printed it.
No, that's a lie!
It's not. It's the truth. His voice was soft and quiet.
Why didn't you say anything when I took your daughter hostage?
In the end, those families got a raw deal because of me. The details really don't matter all that much. I wrote the article in the first place. It got printed with my name on it. As far as the world's concerned, it's mine. I lost control of my story, and that makes me responsible. Hogstein dropped to his knees. He looked shocked.
That's not true.
It is. You have to believe me.
No! No!
Suddenly, he leapt to his feet and grabbed Ayumu. Hold it right there, Hogstein. We finished your game. Really? It was like an hour? You fucking smart, Shido. That's why Shido was like, we don't fucking need you. I'm a goddamn genius. I can't figure out the date thing in the bus crash, but like, I spun around. Guys! Ah! He stumbled backwards away from Ayumu, then turned and began to run up the stairs in front of the throne.
Hi! Bye!
He's gonna give you kisses, jerk. Hogstein, wait! But Hogstein didn't hear him or didn't listen and disappeared through the curtains behind the throne. Hogstein! Spacey, are you okay? He was hobbling toward me as fast as he could. Ayumu! I rushed to meet him and slipped an arm around his torso. You shouldn't push yourself. You're hurt. No, I have to go after him. But... I think you better dial it down a notch, old man. What are you doing here? Hogstein didn't show up after we beat the game. We thought that was strange, so we came over here. Oh, that's true. Okay, so we were running through the park the long way in avoiding, so it took us a couple hours. Because we walked out of that Animal Family Band Jamboree picnic thing, like, right before the game started. Or did we get out right after the game started? Well, whatever, around when the game started. So then it took us a couple hours to get probably here, and then, you know, whatever. Okay, anyway. That makes more sense. Like, we got here, and then 2 minutes later, they're here like, shit, you guys are fast, but... the doors were open, so we just went in. Huh. You saved us. All in a day's work. And now if you could, and give me my gun. Give me back my gun. Oh, right. I'd almost forgotten I was holding it. Never thought we'd actually have to fire it. Yeah, me neither. I felt confident enough when I shot it, but now my hands were beginning to shake again. I'm just glad the two of you were safe. Are those the hostages over there? Yeah, that's their cage. Get them out of here. I want you to leave Hogstein and me. All right. You need the gun? No, I don't think so. We are not going to get Hogstein, are we? Anyway. Okay. We'll go see to the hostages. Hogstein ran, and we're going to like, and he's got like a few minute head start, and we're going to hobble at. There's no fucking way we're going to catch him. I'm just saying. That's so illogical. Yeah.
Very well.
They trotted off, and Ayumu and I were left alone again. Grab onto my shoulder. Right. Thanks. There's no way we're going to catch Hogstein. Together, we made our way past the throne and through the curtain where Hogstein had disappeared. It's an elevator. Like, why would he go and just trap himself? We pushed the button, and after a short wait, the doors opened. You know what I'm saying? Like, he let the hostages go. He ran away. Let's go. The elevator was completely dark, with the only light coming from the buttons for the floors. As the doors closed, I heard a single gunshot ring out, probably Shido breaking the lock on the cage. The hostages should be safe now. All that was left was to figure out Hogstein's secret. The elevator hummed as it carried us toward him. I'm actually surprised if we find it out, but not surprised because this is technically the last route before you do the quote-unquote secret route, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I would be surprised if you found out everything, because I would think you're going to find out more in the secret route, but... We're here! Ayumu and I hobbled out of the doors and looked around. We were in a small room with several television screens along one wall. Why would he go here instead of running away? There's no one here. Damn, I guess I didn't get through to him after all. I felt his shoulders slump. No. Then suddenly, Shirabe's cell phone rang. When he looked at who was calling, I saw his eyebrows shoot up in surprise. M2? Hogstein, is that you? He's not saying anything. Why did he call? The person on the other end didn't say anything for a long time. Ayumu waited. I know it's supposed to be, because it's a different color, it's probably not supposed to be in the Hogstein voice, but I'm going to read it like that because I don't know how to... Well, I mean, it's M2, so I guess we'll just read it in a normal voice and then we'll figure it out. I heard the tinny voice of a young man from the speaker. I told you! It's our future boyfriend! I don't really have my feelings figured out. Wouldn't think so. I don't mind. Take however long you need. He hung up. Ayumu turned to me and grinned. Oh, well, it's over now. No, scratch that. Maybe it's finally begun. Yeah, you're right. It was the beginning of a long fight to show the world the truth about the crash 12 years ago. But it was the end of Hogstein's games. All of us, even the hostages, could finally leave. It's finally over. I felt a wave of emotion wash over me, like I'd been holding them back for the last 7 days. Ayumu! I threw my arms around him. Hey there. He blinked in surprise, then grinned and hugged me back. The warmth and love of his embrace was like nothing I'd ever felt before. Six months had passed since that week in the park. It had really captured public interest for a while after we were released. Fortunately, though, Shido was able to keep the 7 of us hidden from the prying eyes of the media. After Urabe's confession, his father was brought in for questioning. The case regarding the bus crash was reopened. Just as Ayumu had thought, the piglets turned out to be brainwashed civilians. Apparently, they hadn't remembered anything about what had happened. The police were frustrated, but I had a feeling the people who'd been piglets were probably happier not to remember anything. We just don't know who Jazz Hands is! As soon as his ankle had healed, Ayumu was back at work, busy hunting down information about the crash. He interviewed Mitarashi and Mayoshi several times and began to put together the details of what had happened. He also went to each of the families that had been named in his original story and apologized for what had happened. Some of them refused to even meet with him, but he kept trying. But even after 6 months, Hogstein still hadn't contacted him. Ayumu didn't give up and continued to wait for the phone call he believed was coming. I hadn't been able to see him much since he was so busy with work. Maya and I played every week, though, which was nice. She'd started living with him again afterward. He had a hard time as a single dad, though, so I went over to his house on weekends to help him out. I helped shop and clean, and although it was a lot of work, Maya helped out and we had fun. Yeah, I have fun shopping and cleaning. Oh, fuck my life. I don't get to see him much, but I see him every fucking weekend. So you see him every weekend. But finally, the day I'd waited for had come. Are we moving in together? We're back here. The 3 of us were going to spend a day at the park. It had finally opened back up 3 months ago, but Ayumu had been too busy to come. This would be the first time the 3 of us had been able to do something together in a long, long time. It's kind of funny that the park didn't just go bankrupt after, like, the tragedies that happened here, but... I mean, technically a few things blew up, but no one was actually hurt. It feels like it's been months since we were able to just walk together like this. How's your story going? Oh, the story's going fine. Look, I'm really sorry I don't get to see you that much. I miss you a lot. Yeah, I miss you too. I see you every weekend! Okay, well, I go over every weekend, so he might be really busy, but it's still, anyway.
Hey! Hold hands with me!
Okay. Oh my god, it's gonna be a family shot. Or CG. Yep. Okay, Maya's fucking adorable. She doesn't even look like a fully drawn character. She's more of a bowling ball head than we are, and she's got no nose. She's fucking adorable, though. I love it. Oh my god. We're like from 2 totally different animes right here. Ayumu took her right hand, and I took her left, and together we walked through the park. Hey! What have we said about that noise? Stop. My sure looks happy.
Mommy and Daddy look really happy.
What? I felt my face turn bright red. No, I'm not your mommy yet. Yet? She said yet! Without even a pause. I'm not your mommy yet. Mom, huh? He looked at me and grinned. Girl, wow, we have not been dating that long for you to start thinking about marriage. Huh. What's he thinking? Suddenly, Mai broke away and ran over toward one of the rides.
Daddy, I want to ride this one. I want to go to the haunted hospital.
She's like, after what I've been through, I can handle it, bitch. Okay. Are you coming? Yeah. I took the hand he'd held out to me, and we followed Mai over to the ride. They were both so precious to me. I wanted to stay with them for a long, long time. I looked up at Ayumu's face and smiled. Here comes the fucking wedding music again. So, like, I wonder what he's thinking. Mommy, huh? Yeah, he's, like, thinking about marrying her. Look, when you're older, 2-week-long 6-month relationship, sure, she is too young for a 6-month relationship to lead to marriage. That's all I'm saying. We got him. We don't get one for the bad one? No, we don't. You're right, we don't. You know what? But yeah, so it's just her face in this one is fucking goofy. But it does look like she's so simply drawn with simple little lines, and then the men have more detail. It's just kind of funny. This one's actually cute. I like this one. I do question his choice of clothing. I just never know which ones have, like... Look, we have no nose! Now us and Mai look like we're from a different cartoon. Our face is like, wait, you got a fucking kid? Shit. It's like, hey. Stepping by to say hey. So like, hey. That was not Jazz Hands. Jazz Hands would never try to fight us. We didn't think he was cool until he had a gun, though. He wasn't cool when he was boxing for our safety. He was, like, cool otherwise. I don't think there was a second one to this one. No. That's kind of cute. Like, just the way they're looking at each other. It's like, oh, that's awkwardly adorable. That is one of the better kisses. I don't know what it is. There's something about it that just works. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like almost kissing or looks weird. It's just like he's taller than her and she's got, like, it just, I don't know. There's just something about the setup of it that just kind of works. Where some of the other ones are like, that might be, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just don't know. He's not my favorite character. But again, he's middle of the pack. He wasn't bad. I just question, whoops, did that by accident. I just question the, like, 30-year-old man dating a high school girl thing. That's just fucking weird. But, that one's actually fucking cute. I fucking love mine. I don't like kids, but I like her. She's fucking great. She's actually wearing almost like a camo print dress, and he's got camo. Okay. I mean, I knew she always had the snag and then the backpack that matches his jacket, and, like, she's got a Band-Aid on, and he's got... But, like, no, I didn't realize the camo thing. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, God. No, that's not the one I was thinking of. I like this one. Like, I just like the way she's looking at him. It's funny. But yeah, so that was our good ending. We will get our bad ending in the next part. And then we'll be done. So that'll be a relatively short part because our endings only take like 5 minutes, and it'll take like 2 minutes to go through and skip chapter 7 because it was really short. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.